Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
Now back to ringside with the voice of small business and the champion of the entrepreneur.
Say it now, gentlemen. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
The small business advocate, Jim Blasingame.
Welcome back, 34 after the hour. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me. My pleasure to continue to be with you. Very excited about having the Reverend John Harrison back on the show. John's got a title on the front of his name and on the back of his name. He's the Reverend John F. Harrison, CFP, Certified Financial Planner. He's not only an ordained minister, he's a certified financial planner. That gives him all kinds of credentials. And he's the author of Making Mammon Serve You, a biblical manual for money mastery. And he's here with I'm going to call it a bucket list for estate planning. What do you think, John?
I think that's a good way to think of it.
John Harrison, thanks for being here. Good job. Good to talk to you.
Great to be here. Always glad to talk to you.
And good job with your bucket list that you provided us with here, folks. This is John says 9 things that you need to do for your estate before you die. The first one is get organized. Talk to us about that.
Well, I find that many people, because estate planning can be kind of a depressing subject if you let it, it's something that people sort of back burner and intend to get around to and often never do.
Right.
And so a good, easy, painless way to get started is to go to your local bookstore or to Amazon.com or any place where you can get a book and get yourself a personal financial organizer. Sometimes they're called personal estate organizers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just a place where you can list everything you own, all your various bank accounts, whether they're real world or online, a place to list who all your important contacts are, your family members, your attorneys, your accountants, your advisors, some centralized place where you can see your entire financial and material life at a glance. And more importantly, somebody in the event of your incapacity, you're in the hospital and you can't handle your own affairs, somebody else can go and find everything that they need to know about you in a centralized place. So I'd say a good starting place is get one of these books. They're about $20. You can even get them as downloads now as PDFs. Mm-hmm. Fill it out, and then tell your family where to find that book in case of need.
Well, and that way, and especially if you're a business owner, I mean, I think about my own situation. I need to take some of this advice myself, John. If you got hit by a truck or went down the plane or whatever might happen, if you got a business, that talk about your personal stuff, put that on steroids. I mean, think about all the things that have to be unwound and tied up. Another way with your demise or your incapacity, I should say, maybe. There's a lot of things, and it's. I don't think it's so much for based on my experience, John. I don't think it's so much that I don't want to talk about it. It's it's not one of those things that's pushing that's pushing the buttons. We're it's kind of making payroll pushing the buttons, right?
Exactly. We tend to learn from emergency to emergency.
Yeah. And this is one of those things. It's a little bit like homework too, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's one of those things that once you need it, it's almost too late. The only, by the time the teacher's asking for the homework, you can't do it now.
What about this? What if we hired somebody? What if we said, we got an intern from college or some kid who was somebody and they had your checklist. Mm-hmm. And they had the, of course they'd need your book, right? They'd need Making Mammon Serve You as a guide. They'd have to have that, and then they'd have the estate planning book you talked about, and so let the person just sort of ask you questions. Say, okay,
exactly.
let's take an hour a week. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 30 minutes a week. And you ask me questions, you get them organized, I'm going to answer you. When you say, okay, where's this, where's that, I'm going to tell you. Then you go find the details, write all that down, put all that in, and come back and then ask me some more questions. And how about that? That'd get it done, wouldn't it?
That's a great use for an intern in a business, because what you'll end up with is a procedures manual. You probably grew your business from literally nothing to whatever size enterprise it is today.
Yeah.
And so you have all the procedures in your head. You know what has to be done and you know how to do it. but someone stepping into your shoes in your absence would have no idea where to begin.
Well,
but if you had a good procedures manual that was built just that way, the cost to you would be nothing but your time,
right.
and the value to you could be enormous.
Well, you might want to say, don't call my accountant first, call my attorney first, or vice versa. Or don't call my accountant or my attorney, call my insurance agent, because he's on my board and he knows the other guys, he'll work that. So I mean, those kinds of things, that kind of order of importance. So folks, get organized. We're spending a lot of time on that one of the 9, but that's really the foundation, isn't it, John?
It really is.
Yeah. Give us your website, please.
Is aspirefa.com, A-S-P-I-R-E, F as in financial, A as in advisor.
The Reverend John Harrison, CFP. He and I will be right back after these messages. We're going to talk some more about your bucket list, your estate planning bucket list that John has come up with. I'm Jim Blasingame. Stay with me.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved.